Hey there, comic friends and fiends. It's Rob here in front of the Great Wall of Comics. It's Monday, and we're live. Why? Just randomly. Bonus mail call, really. I'm lazy. I want to see what's here. Um, don't want to wait. So just thought I'd hop on real quick. Brian, how you doing? Welcome and hello station to you, sir. Yeah, no, just really, I posted the mail call video earlier. I got a bunch of stuff coming this week, so I got a couple packages that arrived today, including um, one that's kind of looks like it's been through the ringer a bit, and I'm really kind of curious since it's making noises to get into it. I don't want to wait till Monday, so I thought, what the hell? Let's hop on and do a bonus mail call, and then I'll still have plenty of stuff that arrives throughout the week for Monday. First, before I get into that, though, I'm going to go ahead and open up a package here from Soul Twice. My man Soul Twice on Instagram at soul_twice. Does some art. He's okayed me some art. I've done commissions with him. And he's been drawing some stuff that's other than his chibi stuff, and posted a picture, and puts it up for sale, and probably making pretty good for himself right now. Side money, side hustle as an artist. And he posted up something that was so up my alley. The second I saw it, I had to jump on and claim this before anybody else could get it. So, a little bit of bubble wrapped. Get this taped to a piece of cardboard. And yeah, that'll do for now. I'll just flip it around and we'll do this. How you doing, Joe? Good to have you here. Just hopping on for a random mail call. There's a link posted if anyone wants to hop on. Not a big one. I already did the big mail call today. 3 packages arrived today. One of them was beat up. I just want to take a quick look at. But anyway, so for Soul Twice posted up this Oogie Boogie. Now, you guys can only see the wall behind me, which is comics. But most of the walls in this house are covered with Nightmare Before Christmas posters. I got Nightmare Before Christmas Funko Pops everywhere, and all the posters are all original movie posters from all around the world. And there's a whole bunch of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. Is great, and Oogie Boogie is my man. That's my main man right there. So super stoked when I saw Soul Twice pop that up there. I had to grab me some Oogie Boogie. So thank you very much, Soul Twice. Happy to have you there. Joe, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'll actually go ahead and go into this mode since you're
does that work better?
Yeah, now I'll put you like that. Look at that.
Right.
Freaking Soul Twice popping in there.
Nice.
Brian, how you doing?
Hey, Brian.
Somebody. All right.
Hey,
how you doing? So yeah, some of that. That's pretty cool. All right, let me get into this. I'm going to get into this box here that's beat up, just because I'm. So this is just like, I mean, it's just crushed. So,
good old UP.
I mean, I've seen worse, but I feel like it's making more noises than it should, and that scares me because. So this is from Clan McDonald Comics. They do some facilitating, and I had a bunch of Batman books that were sent to them to the 1 in 25s during the Joker War. Freaky, how you doing there, brother? And this was so I sent in a bunch of 1 in 25 Batman books that I'm still waiting on to get double signed. They're supposed to come back. But then I sent a couple Mike Mayhew books, and I got one book back. So this should be, I'm thinking, is the other one, because I keep pestering him saying, hey, I got one Mike Mayhew. Where's the other one? And of course, I felt really bad because I've been nice because I understand CBCS is weird, and along with CGC, and so I've only been pinging him like once a month since it's been a while. And last month I pinged him, and he responds back, and he's all, "Oh, I'm in the hospital."
Oh man.
And I'm like, all right. I'm like, oh, he sends me like this link just to show that he's not making stuff up to this page that his wife was running, that their son like collapsed at school,
Oh,
and basically people were resuscitating him, keeping him alive, and all this
oh my
crazy
God.
stuff. I was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, thank you for addressing my Facebook post, but I mean, damn, dude, take care of your family.
Right.
I felt so bad, even though it's not like how would I know, right? So I guess the reason we're hearing stuff is that so they put it in some bubble wrap, but not really anything from a side to side motion. There's nice stuff. They even send me the the peel offs just in case I want those. And there's something in here. Oh, here's what I'm hearing: his business card.
Oh, that's good.
All right, so that at least maybe makes me feel a little bit better. That this is this. Oh, nice little piece of Scotch tape. That's about it. So I should be able to reuse this nice bubble wrap. Did you guys get anything exciting today? Monday treat you well?
Yeah, really well. So this is an organization. I missed the beginning of this thing that you send requests in for signing. Is that what it was?
Well, so they're a comic book. They're an online comic book shop, but they're also a facilitator.
Okay.
And so the facilitators, they're like they'll go to events or they arrange private signings themselves, and you can send your books to them, and then they get it done. What I have learned during this pandemic is there's been a lot of facilitators that I've been dealing with, since obviously you couldn't go to cons and events stuff and get things done. I do like how simple it is, not having to wait in lines and all the other fun stuff. But the some of these signings, they're not in-house signings all the time, because CGC and CBCS allow them to send the books to the artist, and then the artist can then sign the books and send them back to the facilitator directly or to CGC or CBCS. And so there's this chain of custody that then they allow to be considered witnessed, even though somebody witnesses it. So a lot of these facilitators have been doing that stuff. Well, some of these books have taken over a year by the time they send them to the artist, and the artist, because they're sitting in their home and they're not feeling the pressure of a live signing to do them, and they're doing other things. I'll do a couple tonight. I'll do a couple here. They just take, or some of these things going international, they've just taken forever. But so this is beautiful. So this is Ghost Spider number 9, Mike Mayhew Virgin variant. There as Gwenum, just as they were bringing Gwenum to be the aspect to be kind of big in this series, right? As they also cut the series because the series got put on hiatus during the pandemic and was only doing so well. But
Rob, make yourself bigger so we can see it better.
That's a brilliant idea, Joe. I should do that.
Joe's directing the show for you.
Oh, it is beautiful. Oh,
yeah,
really
this shows that sometimes I'm just a freaking amateur. But since I don't get paid for it, I guess that's the definition, right? But yeah, I mean, just
it's a beautiful cover. Wow.
I love Mike Mayhew and his signature right across her thigh. Everything just great.
It's beautiful.
So
nice,
beautiful.
Very nice.
9.8, of course, because that's how we do it, yo.
Yeah, very cool. I like that. Nice cover.
All right. So this other one. This is something I got off of Short Boxed.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have you guys used Short Boxed at all?
Yeah, I've used it before. I picked up a couple.
Yeah, I haven't purchased from them, but yeah, familiar with it. I check them out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not super fan of the app necessarily, especially their way of searching and stuff. But
yeah, I've noticed that too.
But every once in a while, I find a thing or two that's pretty cool. And this book I picked up I only went to the app because they sent me a email that said if I came back and made a purchase or whatever, that they would give me a $25 off
Right.
any purchase.
Right.
And I said, well, okay, well, let me see if I can find something inexpensive where the cost is going to, with $25 off, is going to be really, really good. And so was looking around and managed to find a book that I needed for my run of sub ASM 100s or
Wow.
ASM sub 100s. Not a major key, but number at all, number 71 and a 5.5.
Nice.
The book was up there for $70 minus my 25. So I
Nice.
paid
45.
$45. Thank you. Plus
That's
plus
terrific.
tax for a book that was already graded.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's the cost of grading and mailing, right?
Right.
Right. So I mean, even if I had gone and found a mid-grade copy of this book raw for $25-$30 and had shipped it in to have it graded and stuff, I'm pretty much on par, ready to go. So
Yeah, that's nice. Good
so
deal.
yeah. So short box, I thought that was great. They had to give me that $25
Yeah, they
coupon.
throw out a bunch of coupon codes every. I've seen it pretty frequently. 20, 25. Yeah, I don't know if it's first purchase or.
No, it wasn't, because this was specifically a returning one. Hey, how you doing there, Scott and Chop and Drop and Nick? A bunch of people popped up. I want to make sure I recognize everybody that's here. Aggressively relaxing. Excellent. Nice to have you guys stop by. Like I said, this was just a quick extra kind of bonus mail call. If you saw the mail call earlier this morning, it was a monster mail call.
Yeah, you had a big stack.
Yeah, well, next week's mail call is going to be really awesome.
Okay.
It's going to be a golden mail call, if I don't say so myself. So, including I found a beautiful Tom Corbett Space Cadet.
Oh, I love those covers. Those great covers. Science fiction
my
fans.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. Anyway, so that stuff will be coming next.
And I'm sure you've got some other amazing Spider-Man in the mail.
Yes, actually,
it wouldn't be a mail call without.
It'll be a gold. It'll be a gold and silver. It might even be an Olympics mail call if I really look at it. There might be something bronze coming too. I'll have to look.
Wow.
But nothing new. But anyway, so yeah, it was a $25 coupon just for being like someone who purchased, but I haven't purchased recently. So it's like, come back and buy. We'll give you $25 off. And I was like expecting to see like a purchase of something or more.
Now you see, Rob, now I think I probably got the same email. But I said, what the hell do they want? And just deleted the damn thing. I didn't even look at it.
James, how you doing? Yeah, no, I mean, that's good. You should almost do a search on your email, double check, because
I gotta see
it didn't have a limit of how much you had to spend. So I said there in my perimeter, I said, search all the books that are graded from $100 or all the books for $100 or less, and let me go through them and find something that at a price point that I wanted. And
very smart.
So $45 is what I paid.
Yeah, good deal. Very smart.
Well, plus tax. But so for those of you guys,
now we got to recalculate everything. Now.
Because I live in California, throw another 9% on top of that.
Right.
And then for the rest of y'all that are hopping on here, so this was the other one that kind of came in back from a signing event. This had been out for quite some time, but it came. Ghost Spider number 9, signed Mike Mayhew, Virgin variant.
Super nice.
Just to put it in perspective, this book was signed, according to the witness tag on here, October 17th, 2020.
11 months to get it.
Yeah. We almost lapped it. 4 more weeks and we would have lapped it. Wow. As like I said, you send into these facilitators, man, they are not fast, but that's what it is now. That's the date they put on there because that's what Mike Mayhew wrote down. Who knows if he actually just put them all at one date or whatever. But part of the problem is I was also having them press it, so it had to go into their queue for pressing. But say lovey. All right, so there was that, and then the last thing that I got as a recap here before I hang it off. Patal from the man Soul Twice himself, my favorite, Mr. Oogie Boogie. Oh yeah, don't you know? I'm the gambling boogeyman. And I don't play fair. Oh no.
Good time of year to grab that too.
Oh, this is you don't understand. Like, this is the best time of year for my family. This is like when we get to go out and get all our normal home decorations. It's like everybody gets excited. It's time. It's time to get it up, and then people come into our house and go, "Oh, wow, you guys really do it up for Halloween." Yeah.
Big Halloween guy, huh?
For Halloween, yeah. That's exactly what we do it for.
I just logged into the Shortbox app, and they're giving away they have a little contest.
Every day you can log in.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 252 9.0.
Right. So so it changes, but yeah, every day you can log in, and all you don't have to do anything other than log in, click and enter, and log out. And exactly. I've been doing that. I haven't won yet, so
me neither.
It must be rigged, but I think I'll take my free entries. Thanks for reminding me.
No wins here yet either, but
what are you gonna do? No, that's all I had. Really quick thing. But what do you guys got going on, man?
Well, I got in today a box from CGC, which I haven't opened up yet.
Oh,
now you're talking about. I think I sent in a couple of Joker covers, and I sent in
the three Jokers,
triple signature, and I also sent in a Stargirl #1, the first Jeff Johns one. I did a video on that. Actually, I had two of them, and I basically did kind of a grading on both of them, and they were pretty close, but I got one that was the best. Got it. And so I sent that in. So I don't know what's in the box. So I'll probably film something tomorrow, do something like that, and and eventually post it.
I've started to see those three Jokers signing event things start to trickle out.
Come back, right?
Mine shows still scheduled for grading.
Really?
And, I sent in all. I had all three Jokers. The one I sent in issues 1, 2, and 3 in the 1 in 100 ratio variant. And sent those in for the triple signing. Yeah, it's just a signing. But I did get a box from CGC, a 4-book submission that will be that's dropping. The video drops Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
It is Strange Adventures and Mystery in Space.
Oh, nice.
And those books, spoiler, were in CGC for no pressing, just for grading. 202 days.
Yeah. Oh,
wow. Well, mine I sent in last November.
Right. Well,
November.
For the signing events.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
because they were expecting it. That was a little bit different though, because one of the artists couldn't make it because the Canadian border was closed.
Right.
And so they had to wait until they could make other arrangements and stuff. So that's kind of an but
I thought Jeff John was just busy with his TV shows,
who knows? Could be. I got So, but no, I had that CGC. I have another CGC that's also on its way. A 10-book submission that's finally coming. My stuff from March is finally starting to make its way here. The stuff that had no pressing. And I'm actually down now at CGC. I think I'm down to less than 60 books left sitting in there. But CBCS, their pile's getting pretty big, but that's not, they're faster, but they're not hugely faster as they take on the brunt. I did think it was funny though. I got an email from CGC today telling us how great of a job they did to get the grading card backlog cleared up.
Too,
it's like, oh, So there's no wait for grading cards to be received.
Right.
But we're still sitting on 9 to 10 weeks for comic books.
Well, I think the email said we've opened all of the boxes we've received, right? Wasn't that?
Yeah, they've opened all the boxes and put them into the system.
Right. They're
Which
sitting in a
is
pile somewhere.
which means that you can see them in when you log in and look at your submissions. And technically the clock has started ticking now because it's on there for their lead times. Whereas with the comics, they're still now maybe they'll shift some manpower to open up these boxes. Who knows? But they're sitting there on not last my check 9 to 10 weeks to open boxes, and the lead time doesn't start until they receive it into the system. So when they're talking for a grade only 130-day turnaround time, that's on top of the 2 months, 2.5 months it takes to receive it.
Just to receive
right.
it. Yeah.
Which is why, ladies and gentlemen, if you missed it when I talked about it on SlabHub, we did the math. If you send a book to CGC for a modern book, and you send it in for pressing, because I just want to make a really extreme, obscene time frame here, but and you don't pay for expediting, so no fast track. If you ship it today, by the time you factor in their lead times, assuming a 5-day work week and 8 weeks to receive the book, so I'm giving them leeway on 8 weeks to receive it instead of the 10 they seem to be getting right now.
Right.
Your books will be back to you estimated early January 2023.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
If you send in a post 1975 book, mid-February of 2023.
Jeez.
You can celebrate Valentine's Day twice. All right. Anyways,
all right.
How about you, Brian? What's coming? How?
I got a CGC book coming back tomorrow. That was submitted back in like March.
So it sounds like Marches are clearing
Amazing
out.
Spider-Man annual coming back.
Oh, nice. I keep forgetting some of the stuff I have there until I start looking at stuff, and I'm going like, man, I'm waiting on like 3 copies of my X-Men annual, first Gambit, and my some of these other things. I'm like, oh wow, I'd like to get those back soon. So when does voting wrap up for the awards?
So we have right now the People's Choice, the 11th category that I added is still open for nominations.
Nominations close.
It is October. Look at the calendar. It's the first Saturday in October, which is I think the 8th, 9th.
Well, the first Saturday in October would be like the
no, it's the second. I'm sorry. So it's October. Yeah, October 9th.
Well, Friday's the first, so
yeah. Nominations close for People's Choice, and then the 10 categories that are currently have finalists, they close November 13th. So still got some time on that. But there's probably about 4,500 votes so far for the finalists.
Nice. That's really nice.
So good
turnout.
Good showing so far.
Yeah, Tate, I see CBCS taking up CGC Slack, grading is getting ridiculous. Rees Labs taking 4-6 months. Rees Labs get deprioritized by CGC anyways. I know I had Reholder back in January that I had sent in there, and it took like back then before the major impacted their business, and it still took like 4 months to get a Reholder back. But CBCS is doing some. Don't get me wrong. As much as I mock CGC's lead times, the CBCS lead times are out there too. So the same scenarios, because I did do the math when I did it the other day. If you were to send the pre and modern book to CBCS with the same scenario, with pressing, no fast tracking, cheapest way possible, right? Given their delay that I seem to see with them opening boxes and everything else, your lead time is actually like early July for moderns and late July of 2022. So they're faster, but they're still running for a clean and a press. You're still looking at, you know, 9 months. Um, and it's just the way it is. They're all doing crazy. If you want it fast, and you then use PGX or EGS because they're fast, but you're going to have an EGS or a PGX slab.
So this is going to be the standard then. I mean, because we all thought that when a CGC got bought out, that maybe they'd put more resources in. All this like theories coming out there, but I haven't seen any indication that it's done. That
those are things that
has
can't
happened.
turn. They might. I mean, those are things that don't turn around on a dime, right?
Right.
The one of the slowest things that you can do to affect your business and your speed of transaction is adding new manpower, because manpower requires recruitment time, onboarding time, training time, and everything else. And especially for graders, if you're grading, you know, you might be at one point that receiving is your bottleneck, and that's an easy job to fill. You can get a bunch of people paying money to receive books, no big deal. But then your backlog fills up somewhere else in your queue, right? And now it's at grading. Well, grading takes certain skills and training, and to get consistency and make sure that they're, you know, everybody's looking at the same
Well,
thing.
wasn't that where automation, you know, some sort of automated process? I read something about that too, where they're going to start to automate some parts of these things for consistency's sake and for speed. But I've heard it once or twice.
Yeah,
read it once or twice and haven't seen anything since.
I've never read anything about that one way or the other. I would think that would be a great suggestion. The question, that'd be one hell of a. I mean, that would I would imagine the best way to do that. That's going to require them to invest in some machine learning, and they're going to have to do a series of, you know, a long series of feeding books in based on certain criteria, then adjusting based on human reviews, and getting the book to getting the machine learning to start to capture that. But I don't know. It would be nice to have something that was more consistent.
I think that's got to be
and
the way
wasn't
to
so
go.
subjective.
You know, that's got to be the way to go. There are other industries that are able to do this type of thing. You know, and I think I agree that it will take a large, you know, long amount of time, but the investment now and going through that could mean that you have, you know, quicker turnaround times, more consistency. I mean, we've got people, we take a look at our, like a 9.8 here and a 9.8 there, and you could find, you know, you find differences in them, or question, why is this a 9.8 and why is this a 9.6? You know, and I know you can't see the inside of the book necessarily, and since you don't have the grader's notes, it makes it more difficult. But that's part of the frustration, I think, with dealing with some of these grading companies, is where you really don't understand, notwithstanding the 3-minute videos on their YouTube channel, you know, how are you really looking at this thing? You know, how you coming up with it?
Well, and that's where grader's notes come in. If you post them CGC and you make them available to anyone who owns the book CGC, without having to charge them extra CGC. Hey, CGC, I'm talking to you, in case you're wondering. If it wasn't abundantly clear.
I've never submitted with CVCS. Do they give you updates along the process?
Oh, where it is along the way?
Right.
Yes-ish. So right now they haven't been great about it. It's not, when you log in, you can see a disposition that's posted, but they're not up. Their efforts are elsewhere, so they're not really focused on updating that. Yeah. And sometimes you have to like download the invoice and the invoice will be updated, but not your wallboard. So it's really kind of that's probably their weakest thing, in my opinion, is knowing what the status is. But at the same time, do you really know what your status is at CGC anymore? I mean, it's like it's at CCS, it's scheduled for grading, it's in grading. and it's like, but they sit in those positions for so long, you don't have any insight into what is the cue, where do you sit in position, when do they think, when are you're scheduled for grading? Great. When am I scheduled
Yeah,
for
right.
grading? Is it tomorrow?
12 weeks later.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And that's it. Like, I have a batch of books that was this batch of books that's coming back to me um this week, or it might be this week, maybe next, I'm not sure. They were sent in like March, because they were grade only. They immediately, once they got opened, immediately got put into scheduled for grading.
Right, but
That-
they've been sitting there for
for months.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So does it tell you anything? Not really. So, I mean, the interface on CGC just makes what little they share with you a little bit easier to access. But CBCS does give you the grader's notes, and anyone can get to them just by scanning the QR code on the
Right.
back label. You can pop up your grader's notes. So you don't have to pay for them or have been the submitter.
How simple is that? I mean, that's one of the frustrating things with CGC. When you get, especially if you get a 9.6, which I've gotten a few, and I'm saying, okay, why? Just tell me why.
Yeah, usually if it's a 9.6 from CGC, you're not going to have notes at all.
No, I know, but
yeah.
if they would just say, oh, I don't know, a page was crinkled, or there was a spine tick on the back, or something that you can't see.
quarter-inch color breaking spine tick. Well, that knocks it down because it's greater than an 1/8 inch. So
right.
Now we know it's been knocked down. Thank you very much. Right. I mean, I found that out with one of my books I got back. You'll see when I do the Mystery in Space ones. It looks amazing, but it's a 4.5, and I'm just like, it's so out of place with all the other books, and I'm what? And I go back and look for the grader's notes, and like they said some stain or something, and I'm like, I don't.
Yeah, you can't see it. Yeah.
There's a good video ETA Nick had. He submitted Star Wars #1 to CGC, and he estimated the grade. I forget what, I think around like an 8.80, 8.5. He got it back, and I think it was a 4 or a 3.5.
Wow.
And they had clearly made a mistake. I mean, because he had shot video, but he had to resend it, had to call them, and they corrected it. But you look at this book, and it was like, there's no way this book is this low of a grade. Like I said, with a little effort on his part, he was able to get it corrected. But it just shows you where
somebody's printing off multiples of them. They swap labels. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, somebody made a mistake clearly.
Because I've seen that. I mean, there's those guys in Australia. I forget, MK Comics or something, and they had submitted a bunch of the silver, the mint books, the 0.99 silver books, whatever, Batman and ASM 1 and whatnot, and Action Comics. And they'd submitted them to get them graded, and they came back, and all of them, the labels were wrong. It's like they were like mixed in the different books and stuff. And it's just like, you've got to be kidding me. And they're in Australia shipping to Florida, so it's like,
See, but that's basic quality control. Just not having the right label, the wrong magazine, the wrong comic book. I mean, to me, that's a that I would, when I was working, if I found out who did that, I think they're more likely than not that person would be out the door.
Right. Yeah, they wouldn't be working there anymore.
Or at least they'd have a corrective action documented corrective action.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems pretty significant to me. I don't know if there's any corrective action there. I think that's somebody who was doing something else with that job.
Maybe, but. Anyways, all right, this quick thing, guys, I appreciate you hopping on and giving a chance to talk about some stuff here. Don't want to drag this on forever because I did label it quick, and we're at just over the half-hour mark now. So for me, that is kind of quick, I suppose, for a live event with me. But I appreciate you guys hopping on. Look forward to checking out your CGC opening. Both of you guys have CGC openings coming up. So especially, some ASM love. I love that. And Joe's not sure what he's got. It's going to be a true.
I don't really remember. I think it's the 3 Jokers. And also, I'm going to be going to the New York Comic Con on the 7th and
Oh.
8th. So
Oh, you
I'm
are
gonna bring
going,
my
Joe, yeah?
trusty phone with me and maybe do a couple of quick lives from there if there's something worthwhile.
Definitely.
I'm curious to see, that's the thing is like I see that people dropping out of it and everything, but it's
Yeah.
still going on.
Were there
I'm also
any,
where's C2E2 still hasn't posted a single guest, and we're like 2 months away.
It's not
Correct.
even NYCC. It's not the same. I just went on and to see who was there, and they just have a few. I mean, normally it's a really. I mean, there's so many guests. The app, you're able to put down things you're going to do. So they reduced the number of people that can go. Matter of fact, I missed my first. I get kind of a preference because I've been there before. And I just forgot the date that they gave me. And went on there. They only allowed me to go on the same day that I did before, and I lost out. So I was checking with some of my pals and stuff, saying if somebody had an extra ticket, and because I wanted to go 2 days this time. But now, so they did call me back and they let me apply for the 2 days. I haven't gotten my tickets yet, but they told me they just mailed them out. So hopefully they'll come in the next couple of days. But
they
the
did have
problem is
tickets,
that
extra tickets. Usually they sell out right away, but they were
I
still
know
tickets
that's
available.
the thing, right?
Yeah.
So they wrote back to me and said, no, you could still get these two for these. So I'm going to go Friday and Saturday. I mean, Thursday and Friday. But I don't even know if going the extra day is worth it this time around. So, I mean, so, doing probably a lot of walking around, looking at some of the comics from the vendors that are there. But normally I'll go to panels. I'll talk to some of the artists and stuff like that. The best thing is I'm going to meet maybe one or two of my pals that I have, that I haven't seen, but I've seen through YouTube and whatever else that are going to be there. So that'll be kind of cool to do.
Great. I mean, I'm looking forward to C2E2 when if it matters. I don't even know, just because of so many people from the community
Right.
that are going.
Yeah, it's a big group, right? There's a ton of people going to that show.
Yeah. There's at least a dozen people that I regularly interact with. So
That's cool.
that's definitely gonna be kind of cool. And just now I'd just like to see them post a couple guests that are going to show up, and so I know.
Yeah,
it'll
what to
probably be
expect, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do I care to try to fight to get a couple signatures while I'm there too,
Yeah,
or do I go to hell with it? I mean, I do have the VIP passes, so I get some stuff that way. But
that's good.
All right, cool. All right, guys.
All right.
I much
Thanks.
appreciate it. You guys have a great evening. I know it's a little bit later out there. It's almost bedtime, right?
A bit. It's
Not too
9:22, not quite bedtime.
Not as late as our Saturday nights hangouts, but yeah.
Well, the Saturday night, Wednesday. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great night. Everybody
Take
else,
care.
until next
You're
time,
up.
collect what you like.
Joe.
Don't listen to me. I'm
Come on,
just a
Brian.
fat man with a fat stack of comics and a fat opinion. Thanks for watching.